Increasingly, we will see people allow algorithms to make their purchase decisions in all the categories in which we operate. Now, this has been something that's been talked about for a few years, but it's really in the last 2 years that you've started to see the behaviour. You can see people doing no-click fulfilment in Amazon, certainly in some US cities. You can see how people are allowing Spotify to determine what they listen to rather than choosing themselves. And I think that represents a massive challenge to a lot of our brands, but I also think it's a massive opportunity for our brands to continue to build big, brave ideas that will cut through really marketing to algorithms and find a way for our brands to continue to grow in a world where they're not necessarily allowing buyers to make decisions.
I'd like there to be more trust. I think that, you know, it saddens me sometimes when I see this breakdown in trust in our industry generally, and at all levels. I think, you know, there's a mistrust in terms of advertising environments and brand safety, and you know, and that mistrust is actually well placed. I mean, we need safer environments, not just actually for our advertising, but for people, for our children. I mean, just for all of us. I would like us to get back to a time where there is not just more trust, but more commitment, more longevity, because I think actually, in terms of the way that we work with clients, you know, there's always a learning period. I think a bit like AI really, the more you do it, the better you become.
You know, we as a business talk so much about sort of connected thinking, systems thinking. And I think that needs to happen on the you know, on the client side. You have to think of all these things as sort of as one. A partnership in a sport and entertainment space is ultimately then executed across all the channels, right? Be that out of home or print or digital and experiential, and so it sits across all the different touch points where, you know, where the consumers are, that our clients are trying to reach. So I'd love to see those areas of those areas of our business working much closer together, and also on the client side, those parts of their business getting a lot more joined up, because I think that's where they're going to find more impact, efficiency, and scale.
I think the one thing I would change about the media industry next year is the ability to take risks. I think this year we've been a bit safe, but what's happening right now is a complete revolution in how we deal with media owners and how technologies impact consumers. That means taking risks, but taking managed risks, being intelligent about what you're doing, being focused around what you're trying to achieve as a business, and finding the right technologies and the right partners to help you either solve your business problems or capitalize on a consumer opportunity.
Dark social continue growing, but we need to know how we can measure it.
With all of these advancements and with all of these innovations in social, it's going to be very much about making sure we have measurement frameworks in place to leverage new formats and innovation, but tie it back ultimately to our clients' business objectives and their measurement frameworks.
We've definitely seen a huge focus on technology companies driving clients to be very first-party data centric. We see some challenges coming up with that in terms of the privacy legislation in the European Union, for example, and how that will play out. The opportunity, I think, in the media space, and if I had a magic wand, I would think about the role of first-party data going into closed ecosystems like Google and Facebook and Amazon, etc. And also as well how their data is used to enhance kind of clients' first-party data. So, you know, that's the holy grail. We would love to be able to really understand, to get the right message to the right consumer at the right time. That's a utopian kind of objective.
I think we need to convince ourselves that we should be more optimistic about the future, because I know one thing, if someone can give me a choice to work in media industry, in media planning, buying, creation of systems versus to work in a bank, I'll choose media industry any day of the week. So let's be more optimistic in 2018 and we will have a hell of a year.